Hi everyone, it is June 27th, 2026. I'm Tony Padgett and I'm here with another update about my weight loss journey on Zepbound. And if you've been following me from my previous video, you'll notice that, well, I haven't really checked in for about a year, over a year. And the reason for that was because, after the first, I think, 4 or 5 videos that I made, there wasn't much more back to report except for just week by week, month by month weight loss. So not a lot of news. So I kept everything till now, this one major milestone that I've just hit, so I can tell you over the last year and a half what's been happening and how I got here, things that I've learned over the last year or so, and maybe they'll be applicable to you. But the milestone I've hit, as you can see by the title in the video, is I lost a total of 50 pounds. It's 50 pounds. I'm really happy about it, and I'd just like to go over a little bit about what I did and what's happened, and maybe give you a few insights that you might be able to use as you do your weight loss journey with Zepbound or another GLP-1. So let's bring up the graph. So as you can see, started on January 7th, 2025. Today, June 27th, 2026, started at 257.8 pounds and all the way down to today to 207.5 pounds, which is great. Now, as you can see, it wasn't just a steady trend or some major spikes along the way, and I'll explain that in a moment. And you can also see that even week to week, month to month, you're kind of going up and down, up and down. So the key is the trend. Are you going down in the right direction? And that's the important part, not worrying too much about the blips up and down from day to day and month to month. Now, there are some important spikes in the graph that I'd like to discuss. So back to the graph here for a second. In late October, I took a trip to Japan. Some of you may know that I used to live and work in Japan, and I saw a lot of friends while they were there, and I socialized a lot. And because I knew I wanted to go to the land of the rising sun with so much terrific food and, of course, the Japanese beer, who can resist, I decided to actually, about a week before leaving, I stopped taking Zepbound so I can get my appetite back. And it was interesting how my body reacted. For the first week after stopping Zepbound, didn't have much of an appetite. Things were still okay, but around day 10, I started to feel my appetite coming back. So that was about in the first week that I was in Japan. And one thing I noticed is that around the third week, about the second week I was in Japan, maybe towards the latter half, boy, did my appetite really bounce back. I was getting really hungry. And that was an interesting insight for me. So I needed to think about, if someday I'm going to get off of this medication, hit my goal weight, what do I need to do to continue to maintain the weight? Again, I wasn't exercising, so I wasn't watching my calories, so that could have something to do with it, but the appetite definitely rebounded. So after coming back, I didn't go back right on the Zepbound right from day one. I wanted to give myself about a week of exercise, of getting back into my routine of work, etc., and getting over jet lag, because Japan's 12-hour difference there, roughly, from where I live. So I wanted to make sure I can just kind of get back to normal without worrying about what's going to be the effect of taking that shot. And when I took that shot again, and I stayed on the same dosage as when I left, which was 12.5 milligrams, it really hit me. I was really nauseous the next day, more than normal, very sleepy. Glad I did this on the weekend, by the way. I just felt out of it, did not feel good for a good 4 days. And then later on in the week, I kind of got back to normal, but it was really, really tough. It took me about 3 weeks to get back to my being able to tolerate the medication at 12.5. So that was a good lessons learned. Because the second time I went to Japan, I decided, and talked to my doctor as well, and we decided that Yeah, okay to stop taking the Zepbound a week before, but when you come back, don't start at the same dosage. Start at something lower. So she started me on 7.5 milligrams, and wasn't as bad. And then I think it took me about 2 months overall to get back to my current doses of 12.5 milligrams. A few other things going back to the chart. You can see New Year's. I did take a trip with my family, a short trip. It was 5 days, but I didn't go off of Zepbound, but I did gain because I stopped exercising. I didn't kind of balance what I was eating, and also I think that's in April, May-ish. I did have a company trip to Plano, Texas, for an offsite, and I gained 4 pounds there as well. Did not go off of Zepbound, but I wasn't exercising and I wasn't watching what I eat. So the important part here is the learning is twofold. First of all, if you're going to go off of Zepbound and go on a vacation, when you come back, don't go back to your regular dosage. Talk to your doctor. They'll probably bring you down a couple notches so that you don't get a hit like I had before, where you just felt like you're completely out of it for about 4 days. Second, even when I was on Zepbound and went on vacation for 3 or 4 days, or a business trip for 3 or 4 days, not exercising, not watching what I eat, you're going to gain weight. So the longer term lesson out of that is you can't just take the Zepbound and expect the pounds to come off. And I think I said that in a previous video. You're going to have to balance it with watching your calories and exercising. And even if it means walking, like I do the bike 30 minutes a day, sometimes 45 minutes on the weekends, 6 to 7 times a week. You don't have to do that. Check with your doctor just to make sure everything's okay with what I'm saying. But even I think a 30-minute walk 5 times a week, that should help get the body going, get things moving in the right direction, the heart pumping, so that keeps that overall metabolism up, and the digestion up, and the weight loss continuing down. Another really exciting part is my health overall. A few statistics about this. Before I started losing weight with Zepbound and this weight loss journey, my cholesterol was 249, which is too high. Today, it's 157. In normal range, really, really happy with that. LDL dropped also, I'm just checking my notes here, from 156 down to 80. My A1C improved also from 5.4 to 4.6. Now my blood pressure, I checked my records. I didn't have anything really close to that time, but I believe it was around 125/85, a little bit on the high side, but now it's coming in around 110/80, which I'm really happy with. And right now my BMI is around 28.2. And when I started my weight loss journey back in January 2025, it was 35. So significant improvements, not only just in weight loss, but blood pressure, cholesterol, your overall feeling of health and wellness. There's a lot of side effects, positive side effects of losing weight, and not just the weight itself, of course. So let me talk a little bit about body changes and what happens as you're going through this weight loss program. Let me put up the before and after photos there, and you can definitely see that my face is a lot chubbier, got the belly sticking out, the sides sticking out, etc. Now face a lot slimmer, belly still a little sticking out. You probably can't tell it in this photo, but I can tell it. I don't want to take my shirt off here on a video, but it does stick out still a little bit. So that's why I need to lose another 10 to 20 pounds. But overall, definitely you can see a difference in appearance overall. And don't get discouraged in the beginning when people don't notice it so much. The first time I heard somebody say, wow, you look really great, was when I hit the BMI of about 30. And when I went from 35-ish down to 30, people noticed it. Before that, I got maybe a few compliments or things that, hey, you look like you're losing some weight, or maybe people these days are afraid to say that to be politically correct. But I did hear some comments to that. But when I got to 30 BMI, that's when I heard that people said, "Wow, you're looking really great. What's happening here? Keep doing what you're doing." Also, you'll find that your face, at least for me, the face slimmed down first, and then I started noticing the belly and the body slimming down from there. The clothes started feeling looser. I'll talk about that in a moment. But overall, people do start to notice, but they won't notice right away. So don't get too disappointed if nobody's saying anything. Now clothes. So I think I started, if I'm remembering correctly, I didn't jot this one down because I was too embarrassed probably to write it down or even think about it. But my waist, my size, my clothes was about a 48, and now I'm down to 42. So I'm at a 42. I probably could fit in a 40, but I'm waiting a little bit. I'm going to wait until I get down to 200, and once I get down to 200, I'll need to buy all new wardrobe again, mostly pants, probably some shirts, etc. So let's talk a little bit about side effects. And unfortunately, I still get nauseous the day after I've taken the injection, and it lasts for about a full day. That has not waned at all, and at all different dosage levels, etc. That seems to continue to happen. So if you're thinking maybe long term that'll go away, you'll still feel nauseous to some degree the day after you take the injection. And as far as supplements are concerned, I'm still taking the magnesium citrate. I stopped taking the fiber after I finished that. I just felt like I didn't need it. But make sure I am regular and I don't experience that constipation that I did in the early days. I definitely take one of these a day, 500 milligrams. Check with your doctor on what the best is for you. But I haven't stopped on that, but I have stopped the fiber. So what's next? Well, like I said, I still got a bit of a stomach and a bit of a spare tires on my side here. But I'm definitely, from an appearance wise and with clothes on, I'm looking healthier. I'm feeling healthier. My goal weight is 190, and it's now, we're in June. In June, I think it'll take me till the end of this year at probably the earliest to get down to 190. And why do I want to get to 190? I'd actually like to be 200, but I know once I get off the Zepbound, I'll most likely gain some weight and it'll fluctuate. So between 190, 195, etc. So 200 is kind of my goal, but I think I want to go to 190 so that if I go up, I'm still under 200. So that's what I'm thinking of doing, and that's my goal. And I've talked to my doctor and like, well, once I hit my goal weight, what happens? And she says you need to go on maintenance injections, which are like every 2 weeks. I don't know what the dosage would be. And I've heard they're coming out with a pill form of this, which might be the way to go as well. But we'll see when we get there. I'll let you know and what a maintenance dosage is and how that's how you take that, and you can plan accordingly from there. So with that said, I'm looking forward to making my next milestone video at 190 pounds. By that time, hopefully I'll be able to give you some updates on any of the things I've learned along the way, as well as probably how to maintain the weight, what maintenance dosage looks like, and what it is, what's involved, etc., etc. But until then, for those who have been following me along the way, thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I look forward to giving you an update when I hit that 190 milestone. Thank you.